Okay, I think we're ready to get started, so we'll go ahead and get started. So, as Daniel said, my name is Kevin Wood. I'm the director of sales here at TargetBay, and then I'm of course joined by Danielle, who's in charge of our onboarding. Plus, she does a million other things with the company. We're really excited today to talk about our AI email agent that we've been working on in our team for the last few months to really make everyone's lives easier. I know you guys joined the call. I know we have some existing customers and some people who are new to Target Bay, but we really designed this platform for kind of everyone involved. Um, for people who just don't have enough time in the day to kind of schedule out consistent campaigns, um, plus to make things just easier and more automated. Like AI, of course, is a big buzzword the last 2 years, and we're just trying to like take that and make streamline and efficiency kind of across everything related to e-commerce email marketing. So you guys, as owners of your companies, have more time to focus on the things that are more important to your business, such as increasing revenue, coming up with new products, working on your website, or working with developers or agencies that kind of drive more sales. Um, the next page, we already talked about both of us. On the only one on the left, and then of course you have Danielle, who's our customer success manager, onboarding person. Um, but what we're really going to talk about today again is kind of just helping people um, get those hours back in the day. Because if you're like me, you're probably feeling like you just don't have enough hours a day to do everything that has to get done. Um, we live now in a world where everything has to be done 2 seconds ago. You have everything on your phone or everything onto your computer, and just information is there, and you just have to be able to use it and act on it as fast as you can. And sometimes that means not being able to get out consistent campaigns to your subscriber list. And these are lists that you guys have built and worked hard to really grow and really nurture. And if you're not staying in contact with your customers and people on those lists, you're not going to be able to kind of develop those relationships that you work so hard to kind of get people to your site, whether it's through ad spend or organic growth, or whether it's through you got them at a trade show or something like that, but you work really hard. Now it's time to kind of leverage that list, capitalize on the list, and make sure again you're getting out those consistent campaigns. Um, so the things that we've kind of done with the AI email agent is it takes up, it designs those templates so you can get those hours back that you don't have. Like designing always eats up your hours. If you're like me, you're not as creative. You don't really know, or maybe you do, but it takes a while to get your emails sometimes just right. Um, it also like requires a lot of planning, deciding. You're trying to figure out the weekly ideas, what to really kind of focus on. Again, this is what we're trying to take out of the equation for you. And then there's always those delays of writing, like where you tell yourself, I'll just do it tomorrow or I'll get it done this weekend. And then all of a sudden, 2, 3 weeks later, maybe you haven't got a campaign out. And then, of course, this all equals into missed opportunities and costs. So skipping campaigns, equal lost sales, high fees. Again, you've built that list, you've gathered that list, you've grown that list, and you really need to work on best ways to kind of stay in touch with that list and hopefully monetize that list. And so, again, we created the AI email agent to be the expert you wish you had on your team, the one that already knows your brands and customers inside and out. They understand your voice, your products, they understand who your audience is, and they'll follow all of your branding guidelines to a T. This is a person that you wish you had on your team. You can hire like 10 of them. Like we built it online to kind of do all this work for you. And they'll get it done without meetings. I'm in a lot of calls and a lot of meetings, and sometimes meetings are a necessary evil of any type of business, but this is done without you having to be on a Zoom call, having to be on a Google Meet call. It will be managed independently while keeping you in the loop. You'll get notifications when a campaign's ready. You'll get notifications when the email schedule is going to go out. All this is done behind the scenes and keeps you in the loop without you having to jump on a bunch of calls. It's organized and it's insight driven. We're going to build these tailored campaigns, or the AI is going to build these tailored campaigns into a calendar. It's going to leverage your inventory, your data, your insights from your e-commerce store, and it's going to keep things all on a schedule for you. So they'll have a content calendar where you'll see and look at and kind of see when your campaigns are going. And once you approve it, it'll be scheduled and it'll be sent out. And then finally, it's going to be delivering, and it's going to start delivering once you approve it. and you'll really see the results. Because as you start seeing more and more consistent campaigns, the more engaged your list gets, the more stronger your list gets through list hygiene and other things. Um, it will show you have consistent delivery that will help you kind of drive sales throughout the year, not just during your high seasons or during the holiday season. So that's kind of setting up everything for our AI email agent. And so I'm not going to turn over to Danielle, and you'll actually get to meet our AI email agent, where she's going to kind of show you how it's going to automate your email marketing, what it's going to do for you, and how it kind of has some use cases that will work. And we'll also do a little bit of a demo of what it looks like. So I'll pass it over to Danielle right now.
Okay, great. So as Kevin mentioned, the biggest thing about this is just automating this and making it easy for you. So while that's what it's going to do in a broad way, what will it actually do for you? With that, there's going to be AI content creation. So we are going to take your brand voice, we're going to take your overall brand tone, and that'll be inserted into the AI agent. So it's going to write your campaigns for you, having those subject lines, everything to the click-through actions. It's going to keep you consistent as well. You want to be consistent when you're sending out email campaigns, whether it's one a week, whether it's two a week, whether it's one every 2 weeks. You just want to make sure you're consistently sending out emails to your customers. And so this is going to make it easy for you to do, while all of the templates are also going to kind of match the same style. On top of like the style, there's the design automation. So it's going to be on brand templates that are going to look great on every device. We're going to test it on desktop, on mobile, making sure that it looks good. And it's going to be exactly like it's coming from you. You are going to be in control of this the entire step of the way. While it's going to be very hands-off for you, nothing is going to be sent without your actual approval. Now, the biggest thing is we want you to send more, grow faster, but while working less. With this, there's going to be smarter schedulings. The campaigns are going to be built and scheduled for you. All you have to do is just approve it. If you have edits, you'll be able to share that and we'll be able to update them. But the biggest thing is that you can just approve it and it's going to be ready to go. The big thing too is also stronger deliverability. If you are sending out emails at a consistent rate, you're going to see better inbox placement. Gmail, especially if it sees that you are consistently sending out, people are opening, people are clicking, and people are engaging with your emails, then you are going to have a better chance of being seen. If you are sending out once every quarter or not as much, then Gmail's not going to see you as a consistent player, and you potentially will not end up in the inbox, and you might even end up in spam. There's also time-saving insights. The AI is actually going to create ideas and trends for you, so you don't have to come up with these ideas from scratch. It's going to show industry standards that you can be able to use, and you look like a pro without having those late nights. Okay, so how will it save you those hours every week? It really boils down to just a few things. It's going to automate the writing for you. So it's going to take that brand tone, brand style, and also the email style as well, and have subject lines and copy created for you. It's going to be those on-brand templates that's going to match what you're trying to convey, to where there's not different styles every single template. Then there's going to be effortless scheduling. This is all going to be queued and ready to go for you. All you have to do is just approve it. We'll also offer follow-up automations as well, to where if someone, if they're interacting that they don't place a purchase, then we can send a reminder email as well. So there's not going to be any extra setup for you. One of the biggest things is that you can plan ahead for this. It can be weekly, monthly, or quarterly campaigns done in advance. Meaning, think about it right now, we're at the end of September. Next month's October and there's Halloween. And then right after that, it's Black Friday. So already thinking about Black Friday right now, you could be able to have those emails ready to go and scheduled. And so you don't have to worry about email marketing during that time, which would be huge. Now, we actually have a calendar that you'll be able to see here where you can plan your campaigns by seasons with pre-built emails that are ready for you to use. And I'm actually going to turn it back over to Kevin now, and he'll be able to go through this and show you a demo of the account.
Thanks, Danielle. I'm going to try this, so bear with me, work in practice. So this is the actual live page. I'm trying to move here the Zoom header. But when you go into the AI agent, after you had your campaign scheduled and you get a notification, which I'll show you the email shortly after, this is what it's going to look like. So this is the month of October. And what you're seeing here is not only the campaigns that are lit up in green that have been scheduled and approved, but you'll see the ones that are in yellow are the ones that are right now in edit mode where you have to go through approve and review them first, but also on the right hand side, you have your AI campaign recommendations. And this is something that is going to be unique to everyone's own Day Engage or email account, where you can look at and kind of see. So this company is called Scuba Supply. It's a scuba store, and so their AI campaign recommendations are based on things related to their industry. So warm water gear, partner spotlight about certain products in it with the relationships, the before you dive rental to own program. So if you own a makeup company or skincare company, yours will be about skincare and things like that. If you are in the automotive industry, you want automotive suggestions. But it's based on things throughout the calendar year that you may not be thinking about. It ties into holidays, like this is a Valentine's Day opportunity. Um, Sorry, they're saying my audio is not clear. Can everyone hear me? Daniel, is that better?
Yeah, that's a little bit more clear.
Okay. I'll try to speak a little louder. But this was a Valentine's Day campaign where it kind of again it looks at the seasons. And so as you go through, it just gives you additional ideas, and this is where you can also schedule ideas for your campaigns, also your your AI email agent to generate for you. Um, and then once your campaign is ready, whether you suggested it through the AI generator campaign or you're just having it generated for you, you will get an email that looks something like this. Again, we're using the Scuba Supply as an example. It will get this email will be sent to you. It'll have your first name, say, hey, our agent created a seasonal promotion for Scuba Supply or whatever your store is. It gives you the title of the campaign, the subject, the scheduled date, and the audience from your list that it's going to. And then if you click the review and approve, it will take you to here. Actually, it'll pop you up. This section where you'll see your campaign, and this is where you actually go in and see the date it's going to be sent, the list it's going to, what the prompt was to generate it. If you want to look at the email that was generated by the AI, it'll be right here.
Kevin, one thing, like your audio is a little bit muffled still.
Do you want to take over from here, Danielle, and I'll just kind of walk through it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the example that you can be able to see when you're ready to approve it. You can see kind of an overview on the top side of when it would be potentially scheduled for. On the left-hand side, so this would be October 29th at 9:40 a.m. And then it'll show who you're targeting as well. So send to all subscribers on the right side. It'll have the campaign objective. So on the right, it'll kind of break down what is this campaign going to be about. And then you can click the enlarge button. So click to enlarge to actually view what it would look like. So here's where you can view it, kind of going through, seeing all of the different elements in it. And then once you kind of go through that, then you'll also see what the subject line and what the preview text would be. If that's good to go, you don't have any other changes for it, you just click the approve button. If you want to skip that campaign, you can be able to skip it. If you have any changes that you would like to do, you can be able to send an email back to the email notification that you get. But if you also have very easy changes to where you would want to do it yourself, you can go into this edit campaign section. And you can see the different sections. And if you want to just change maybe like the word dive lights and just take out lights, then you can just manually take that out right there. So any small changes, you can manually do that on your side, or you can request updates from our team, from the AI marketing, and then we'll be able to do it. And over on the right-hand side, you can see the design, and you can also see the chat feature. So this is where you can actually see where everything is coming through. So this is the AI portion of it, where you can see where there was like a footer added in, reviews were added in about the pics, and so that's at the bottom of the email. Anytime you ask a prompt, then it will be able to update it once you update the section. Again, this will be done for you, but if you have just a small change, then you can manually come in and do it. But this is also so you can see behind the scenes of how these templates are created.
Questions on that?
And if you're not able to use the chat system where it looks like that might be disabled, you can also use a Q&A.
And then the other part is once you do come into here and you've created your campaign and you made the edits and you're ready to approve it, this is where you could go and actually approve it again. And then you'd be able to make the edit or go back and edit the thing. But once you hit approve, you'll confirm it, the campaign will turn green, and then it's ready to go. And so if you go back to your calendar, you'll now see it will be in green once it kind of reloads and schedules itself. And then you'll see it over your Bay Engage account. But here it is in green. Does anyone have any questions, or is that pretty self-explanatory? Again, Danielle and I, as you turn this on if you're currently a Bay Engage customer or a TargetBay customer using Bay Engage or using Klaviyo or another platform, we'll be there to work with you, especially in those first few months, to make sure everything is set up and working correctly. As we want to make sure you guys are able to, take full advantage of this. And again, it's all about saving time and making sure you guys are very comfortable with the platform and how it works.
And if you have any questions, please just put it into the Q&A section, specifically there, not in the chat system. And at the end of the call, we'll go through and answer all of your questions.
So I have a couple questions right now that I just saw. There's one that says, and I'm sorry if you guys still can't hear me, I'm trying to fix the audio. Um, the first question is, will the calendar auto-populate without us asking it to? And then the answer to that is yes, if you've signed up for, say, 2 campaigns or 4 campaigns. If you guys haven't put anything in there for that whole month, we will auto create 1 campaign per week based on your plan. And then you will get this email, if you can see my screen, um, that will tell you that you have a campaign already generated. But you also have the ability to go into the AI agent and with AI campaign recommendations, create campaigns that you want that our AI agent will continue to create, but they can also clean up and make better through a couple of edits and stuff like that. But yeah, you'll have that full functionality where the calendar will create those if you're not creating them, so you won't miss out. That was from Carrie. Hopefully that answered her questions. Um, and then Sean asked, can we create AI smart segments? Not with this version, but the next version that's coming out very shortly will be creating smart segments, but it will also be able to create a campaign and identify the segments that it should be sending to. So if you're looking at the AI campaign recommendations over here, it's telling you who you're going to be sending based on the target audience here. And so it's doing that with the list you already have built in. But if you're asking if they're going to like be proactively creating additional segments, that's coming down in the next release. And then I have another question about how does the agent know what the content for the campaign is supposed to be? That's a great question. when you're creating and signing up, the onboarding, and we'll get into this a little bit later, it's going to take about um, a little time where you'll meet with Danielle, myself, and then we're going to go through and build this whole business profile of your company, the type of campaigns you want to send, um, and your writing style and everything, the brand images. All this stuff will be done during the onboarding process and ingested into the AI agent. Once it is that is all done, those campaigns and content is going to be based off your site and the insights from there. If you have certain product categories that are selling really fast, if it's a certain time of season, if it's really anything that's kind of going around when you look back at that AI generator, it's using your profile that you created, plus the recommendations based on your industry, plus the stuff within your Shopify, WooCommerce, or BigCommerce store, plus any audience and create data. And then again, if you do get certain campaigns that are generated that you don't want to send, you can always skip them, or you can always reply to the email and ask for edits to be made, and then they will take it back, ingest it back into the AI email agent, and then you'll have a new email campaign to look at. I have a couple more questions. This is from Carrie again. Will it make recommendations on when to send? Um, it will, as you can see, when some of these that were set at 12:30, 9:05, 9:40, 9:35, it's kind of around night. So I think I did a lot of night campaigns and Halloween. It will, again, based on some of your previous sending, and again, with this next release, we will eventually have that time optimization sending for you guys. But initially, it would just be based on kind of when your previous sends were going out around that time. But you can always go in and edit the date and also the send time too. And will Bankage work the same without having to use the AI agent? It will absolutely work the same. Just once you approve these campaigns, it will be in your Bankage account. Well, I think that has a little button to go over. And so these campaigns will sit here, and once you do send them out, you'll have this campaign right here where you can go back and actually see the campaign there. They'll appear there, I think, Danielle, you can jump in. I think it's 24 hours before they go out. They'll appear here as a scheduled campaign, and that's when it's locked. Um, but you will be able to go through your Bangage account and everything will be there. Also, any images you create within Bangage will also appear here in your media library or within the AI agent.
Yes, all the campaigns that were sent will be there and all of the images will too. Yes.
And then Denise's question is, can this be tied into our subdomain big commerce store, and also on our non-online store website? I'm going to have to get back to you on that and we'll follow up with an answer. We'll talk to the product team. I think those are all the questions. And hopefully I'm coming through a little bit more clear.
Yes.
Great. All right, Daniel, I'm going to pass it back over to you and we can kind of go into some of these use cases. I mean, there's going to
Yes.
be, I think we're going over 3 right now, but there's a lot more that we probably kind of thought of and some that we haven't thought of. You know, we only have a ton of time to get through all this.
Yeah.
But I'll turn it over to you, Danielle, if you want to kind of continue.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yes, as Kevin mentioned, there are multiple different use cases that you can be able to use for this. For instance, this first one would be a seasonal campaign. So, if there's a leading US e-commerce fashion store that prepares for Black Friday and Cyber Monday, then instead of spending weeks creating the campaigns, then the AI email agent will be able to generate themed email content specifically for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. The banner images that align with both their brand and the seasonal trends, and optimize the scheduling for maximum engagement. Now, with this, it would save, 30 plus hours of manual work. I'm seeing an uplift of 25% in conversions, which especially for Black Friday and Cyber Monday, the more time that you have to spend on other marketing efforts other than just email marketing is exactly what you want to do. It's already going to be an extremely hectic time with all of your other marketing aspects and also even just getting ready to have the products for procurement. So, okay. And then the next one is for product launch or spotlight campaigns. So take, for instance, there's a Canadian skincare brand that's introducing a new serum for the upcoming holiday season. I mean, holidays, it's very dry weather. It'd be a great time to introduce one. So the AI email agent would be able to create a specific product spotlight email that will not only create engaging copy highlighting the benefits of the serum, but it'll also be a branded email template with product images included in it. So with that, there will be faster time to market plus a higher product adoption within the first week. So this will be like getting it very easy for you to go through because again, when you're introducing like a new product launch, there's a lot more that you want to concentrate on during that time. So the email marketing, the AI email agent will be able to go faster for you. So a third use case here. Now this one's kind of shifting gears a little bit for a food and beverage brand. And if they're kind of seeking a competitive edge, to really try to outperform their competitors, a few ways they can be able to do this is by recommending like the optimal date ranges. So for instance, when Kevin showed you the specific dates, they would recommend you sending out those campaigns. Then also analyzing industry trends and competitor campaigns. You know what works well, and also industry specific templates and personalized content. Again, we're going to take your brand and we're going to be able to make that the tone on being able to do that for that. So with that, you can see increased open rates, more conversions, and really where your brand will stand out versus other ones. Okay, so take for instance the real world impact with this. So with this, when we had a beta tester, we saw that this saved them 12 plus hours per week by not having to manually create the design, say in like Photoshop or in Canva, then come up with the specific content that they wanted to use. This is going to save so much of your time. Then the second one is your engagement increase. It's gonna increase by 20% because it's going to be very targeted emails. It includes your brand voice, it includes your specific products, and it is coming from you, just the AI version. Then a deliverability boost. You're going to see higher open rates because it's going to be very direct, targeted communications. And it's also going to be sending out at a consistent amount of time. So all of this, the AI email agent is going to show a measurable return on investment and a competitive edge over your competition. Okay, so and again, in terms of the competitive advantage, this is going to have the industry trends analyzed. So your campaigns are going to adapt automatically to the trends that we're seeing. This is absolutely great because the AI agent's going to take into consideration what's happening, what are your competitors doing, what are other people doing, what's working, what's not working, and it's going to automatically adjust to it. The seasonal event triggers, relevant campaigns at the right time. I can't tell you how many times I've talked with customers and they'll send me an email on specific holidays, like on Flag Day, ones you would potentially want to target, but aren't ones like Labor Day or July 4th, those big ones, and that you would potentially want to market to your customers, but you just completely forget about it until it's the day of, and then it's almost too late. So this is going to be able to show those relevant campaigns at the right time for you to be able to send it. Then the image generation, having those banners and product spotlights aligned to the themes. And again, just staying ahead while your competitors are playing catch up. Okay, and I'm going to turn it back over to Kevin now.
Great. So getting started is very simple. The first thing is you schedule a call with Danielle, which will show you how to do in a couple of slides. And then during that, as you're scheduling that call, she can look at your account if you're already a TargetBay customer, start to prep it and look at that. If you're not a TargetBay customer, if you're on Klaviyo or using somebody else, we also have that time to kind of get access to your account, to kind of review, to kind of, again, get ready and prepared for that onboarding call. And then the next step would be that onboarding call, and this is going to be anywhere from an hour to an hour and 15 minutes, depending on the information we want to gather, the type of campaigns you want to send. But this is where we're building out your profile within the AI agent. We're looking at your content. We're looking at your um, anything that we need to make relevant and good campaigns, the type of campaigns you want to send, how many campaigns you'll be sending, the follow-ups, all of that stuff. And then once all that's done during the onboarding call, um, and you're ready to go, it will be launched, and then you start approving your campaigns as they come in. Again, if you're not picking the dates of the campaigns or going to the AI campaign generator, um, it will just send them weekly for you, and you'll get an email sent to your inbox once that campaign's ready for you to review. And then from there, again, you can go into the account. Either you can just approve it as is, you can make some very, very slight edits, or just respond to the email with your questions and feedback to make sure that everything gets generated the correct way. Just like any type of AI, whether you use ChatGPT or anything else, the more you use your AI email agent, the more it learns about your brand and understands, and then the changes and the edits slowly will improve, or you won't be doing as many as you probably will on the initial first round. Um, some of the cute questions and answers that we've already had from some existing customers who've been beta testing. Uh, and again, it's just, what is the AI email agent? It's that separate thing outside of Bay Engage that's autonomous, that will help you plan, create, and schedule your email campaigns automatically. We really designed this to be something where it will help you free up your time during the week, and you'll feel comfortable knowing you're having consistent campaigns going out, campaigns that you've approved, you review, but it feels like you have an agency where you're not paying the $1,000 every month for it. You're getting the content that's been you expect to generate, that's on brand, and then you're getting consistent messaging out to your customers. Will you need to switch your email provider? You do not have to. We'll have a integration with Klaviyo. We'll also be able to work with some other email providers. Of course, if you come over to TargetBay, we'll be able to bundle and do some help with some of the pricing. So there's always that option. But this will be able to work on multiple email service providers. Um, it will absolutely follow your guidelines. That'll be the most important part during the onboarding calls, to make sure your templates, your fonts, and your styles, everything from your previous campaigns to your new campaigns will be going out, will stay on brand automatically. And again, nothing will send out without your final approval or your final say. And then how different this is from other AI tools. You've probably seen other AI campaign generators and things like that on the market. This one was built to be proactive. So if you aren't picking the campaigns to generate, it's going to start generating campaigns for you at least once a week to make sure you're sending out consistent campaigns. It's going to look at your products. It's going to look at the season. It's going to look at competitor activity. It's going to look at an array of things from your account, your store, and other places uh, to make sure that it's sending out the most relevant, engaging campaigns um, done during those weeks. And then on the pricing side, we have 3 price plans. And again, we really have built this to make sure like your campaigns are on autopilot, and so you have consistent brand ready campaigns. For the growth plan, if you send 2 AI generated campaigns per month, along with 2 follow-up campaigns, it starts at $199 a month. The pro plan is for 4 AI generated campaigns with 4 follow-up campaigns. Um, that's at $349 a month. And then finally at scale, if you want to send up to 8 AI generated campaigns with 8 follow-up campaigns, that's $699 a month. And also with the scale plan, you get a quarterly strategy review. You get feedback on the campaigns, and also make sure that we're getting the full scale of everything that's going on with in-bay engagement, also with the AI email agent. And then of course, no contract at any time, no contracts, and you can cancel at any time. And then for joining the webinar, we are going to let you try out the AI email agent for free. So you can get your first 2 AI campaigns for free. It's $170 value. Then also, if you're a TargetBay customer and you sign up for the AI agent and get the 2 free campaigns, you also get a 25% boost on your email send volume in November and December for Black Friday and the holidays. So that means if you're sending 100,000 emails per month that you're playing with TargetBay, you would have 125,000 emails in November and 125,000 emails in December to send additional campaigns during the holidays. I'll leave this screen on for a little bit. So you can scan the QR code. We'll also send the link after this email so you guys can sign up as well. But again, what you're doing in that link will take you to a landing page. You just fill out your name, your website, any notes, how many campaigns you're interested in, and then you'll schedule a time on my calendar where that call where Danielle and I will join you and we will go through and work with you. We have made it so there's about 15 spots that we can do in the next couple of weeks. So if you're looking to move fast on this, we really would hope that you guys would scan today, get your meeting booked, and then we can kind of get you on the calendar and get you slotted into onboarding. If you're an existing customer, we'll also have your customer success manager on the call with us. There'll be the 3 of us. And again, we'll be going through and making sure that you're properly onboarded, your brand and everything is put into the profile correctly. And then that you're able to start getting campaigns in the next, 5 to 7 days. And if there's no additional questions, I'm waiting for, there's a few that are still kind of popping up that we're answering kind of in the chat. But before we kind of wrap up, we are going to go back into the AI marketer and do a couple different prompts, just so you can see some of the things that it does. But again, by the time you've used it for 2 to 3 months, it really should be kind of getting about 95 to 99% of the way there. And you're really just going there and making those small little tweaks and edits. Danielle, have I missed anything?
No, I think that's good. And you don't actually have to make the tweaks and edits yourselves too. You could just reply back to the email or be able to let the AI agent know, and those changes will be made for you too.
So I'll go into here, I'm going to add an image. In this, I'm just going to update the image here. So this is an image from the media gallery. It's a cartoon looking turkey. It's a Thanksgiving email campaign. And so say if you want this picture to be a little bit more realistic. So you would just code it down to the chat. You would click on the image button, picking the picture that you want to kind of clean up. And then I'm going to put my microphone down. So if it goes a little out, that's why. And I'm going to type in, make this a more realistic picture of the ocean and replace the existing picture in the header. And then when you hit that, it will send through and you can see it's examining the details and kind of what you've asked it to do. And again, I probably should have put a little bit more of a prompt in there that's a little bit more detailed. But again, the more, if you're familiar with ChatGPT or any other AI agents, the more you context stuff you give to it, the more it will do. So now this is going through, it's initiating the image generation. It's started and then it's going to slowly kind of go through. And then once it is generated, this image will appear in here in your media library. So I'll go out and so we kind of see it pop up. Where was that generating from? Right here. And so now you can see it's thinking, and so it's telling you exactly what it's doing, just like some of the other AI agents. So you know I was kind of working on that. And then you don't have to stay in the AI agent. It will create it while you're out looking at other stuff and doing other things. And then when it's done, you'll either hear a ding, which you won't hear on my computer. And so you'll be notified when it's done. And usually, again, it takes about a couple minutes. And then when it is finally is done, Oh, that's the wrong one. Whoops, I have to do the Thanksgiving one. You'll have you'll see right here designing the HTML code and putting it in there, and you'll see the new image. Any questions? And it should show up right here as a new picture. We can also do a review block example. We go back in to the AI agent and prompt in, create a customer review block at the footer of the page based on customer feedback for my suite of products for this Thanksgiving, oops, Thanksgiving campaign. The other thing too, as you're creating, you'll have your different versions right here, where you can actually see the different, any type of revision you don't like, you always go back to the original version before.
Yeah, I think having the different versions is extremely powerful. Being able to go back and forth, being like, oh no, I didn't actually like that one. And going back to like the first version.
So for example, I'll go back here and edit this campaign. I'll put it into approve, and you can see there's been 6 versions as we kind of updated stuff. And so things will go back the previous versions, just so you can take a look at everything. Remember to make sure I'm updating the one. Any other questions? I think we have a couple that are coming in. Daniel, is there anything else you want to say during the onboarding process?
Really just the onboarding process is when we're going to be getting all of the details. So that's how we get the style, when we get the brand tone. And then as we're going forward, we'll be able to match them going forward. So the onboarding process is going to be a little extensive, just making sure we get everything set up properly. But as Kevin mentioned, like once the AI grows and learns, it is going to be a lot faster and a lot easier. The goal of this is to make everything easier for you. Create basically to where it's almost like you hired an email agency to take over your emails, but for a fraction of the cost.
I just heard my phone ding or my computer ding. So this is what um, the review section looks like that generated, that pulled from our reviews tied into Bay reviews. So again, the more you prompt it, the more you talk to it, the more you use it, it will generate out content and kind of make sure it fits into your existing template. And then again, if you're just wanting the AI agent to create the templates for you, it will do that per week. Again, starting with the 4 campaign version. And it would be based on your profile and everything else that you kind of filled out with it. And so those first few, 30 to 60 days, those couple of months, especially working with Danielle and your customer success manager will be critical because they'll make sure that everything's working correctly, and that you're getting the content, you're getting the campaigns that you want. Again, it's going to save you a lot of time, a lot of hours, and the few customers who've been beta testing with us have seen really, really good results, especially after we complete the onboarding call and get their first few campaigns set up and launched. Let's go back to this in case people still want to scan. And again, we'll be sending out a recording to this webinar. We'll also be sending out the link. And we'd love to schedule some time with you, whether you're a current customer, existing customer, or you're interested in trying out the AI agent or even trying out the AI agent with Bay Engage, moving over from your existing email marketing platform. We'd love to work with you, do a full-on demo with your brand where we can actually prepare some existing of your existing templates so you can actually see a look and feel of what it would look like.
Okay.
There's none other questions. I think that's it. I'll check one more time. So I'm still learning Zoom, and Zoom's been a lot today. Yep, I don't see any other questions and answers. Again, we'll share all this information with everyone. We really appreciate everyone joining us. And we're really excited to get this thing going with our existing customers and some new customers too. So we really appreciate the time and hope everyone takes advantage of this. Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Thank you for joining.